Howdy howdy, my name's Toast, and if you watched my last video, you'll know that I paused the editing of that video to spend 6 hours handcrafting myself a journal because I have a D&D game coming up. Actually, the time I'm recording this, it's happening tonight. Let's go. And I needed a new D&D journal because I enjoy having a physical object that I can write all my stuff down in, and it represents that character, so when that campaign, or that one-shot or whatever, is finished, I have, like, a physical piece of media, a memory of them to hold on to. And I already have one for the main campaign that I'm in, and I was like, well, I mean, this is only a one-shot that maybe could turn into a side campaign. Sure, I'll spend 6 hours crafting this, that's, like, no biggie. Because I didn't have any journals in my house, and I definitely don't have the money to go buy one, so I handcrafted one. And this video is not about that, but it is going to be about that character. Her name is Toffee. I said that in the last video, I think, too. And today, I'm going to be showing you my design of her, and we're going to be doing a fun little illustration of her while I talk about her and her backstory and the personality and things that I have imagined for her. So, lock in. Let's go. Alright, so for today's video, we're going to be talking about a mixture of the artwork on screen as well as just me ranting and raving about my new character here who is so cute. So just, expect a little bit of everything interspersed throughout my ramblings, my speakings. So Toffee here is a cute little reindeer satyr. She is also a wizard, and we'll get more into the wizard aspect of her a little bit later. But when our DM approached us and was like, hey, I'm thinking about running maybe like a one-shot that could maybe turn into a side campaign, a little mini campaign, I obviously was like, oh my god, can I join? That would be so amazing. And obviously she was like, duh, Toast, you're so wonderful and great. Of course you can join. What do you mean? Those were her exact words. That's exactly what she said. Don't ask her, because you don't need to, because I'm telling you the truth. But she approached us and was like, hey, thinking about doing this campaign that is going to be not as combat heavy. It's going to be more roleplay, more investigative, more like, we're investigating a crime or something. And all of that is up my alley. I love roleplay. I love crime investigating. I don't like crime itself. I just enjoy investigating crime. My favorite TV shows, crime shows. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Love it with my whole heart. And so I was trying to think of what I wanted to do for that. So I was like, okay, wizard kind of makes sense for that. And then for race, I was like, picking my brain, but then she said that our location is going to be a sort of snowy, like cold Norse inspired climate, and I was like, okay, I'm going with a reindeer because reindeer live up north, and a reindeer satyr is really cute. And you can see in what I'm drawing right now, I'm working on an outfit for her, and you'll notice like up in the corner there is another like drawing of her with a different outfit, and that was my original first pass of her that I did. And I was like thinking of like festive outfits, more like Christmassy inspired, and I think that's cute. I do like the outfit in general. My only problem with it was that Toffee is an adult and she kind of looks like a child in that outfit, and I was just like, that makes me feel weird. I don't like that. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna redesign her outfit. And so I like got really inspired because there is this game. It's called Infinity Dicky. Maybe you've heard of it. It's going through a lot of controversy right now as of the 1.25 update. Not 25, 1.5 update, if you're watching this in the future. Hopefully it gets itself together, okay, because at the current moment it's really hurting my soul, because I love Infinity Nikki, but it's hurting me right now. But in this game, it's a dress-up game, for those who don't know. It's like Genshin Impact, but instead of fighting, you're dressing up in cute outfits. And so I decided, I was like, oh, what would be so fun is if I tried to make Toffee in the game. Obviously she'd be a human and not a satyr, but, and I put her in this really cute outfit, and I was like, that is what I want her to be in. So it's very inspired by that. It's very like folksy looking and stuff. I don't know. It's just cute. It gives me like much more Toffee vibes than the other one, especially with the personality that I'm now imagining of her, because I think the other outfit was very cutesy, and like she is obviously cutesy, but like she's like a nerd. She's like a clumsy cute girl. She's so adorable. I love her. She's so cute, and I can't wait to play her tonight. Oh, I'm so excited. So I just thought that this newer, like, homier outfit fit her a lot better than the more cutesy outfit that I had put her in previously. Especially because the cutesier outfit gives me more of, like, the energy that she cares, like, about her fashion sense, and I think she cares a little bit, but it's not like her main priority. Like, obviously, she's still in a very cute dress that has like amazing, like, beautiful details on it and stuff, but it wasn't a priority for her, to dress up cute like that, And I'm pretty sure that one of our other players has a more cutesy, Lolita-esque style, so I think this separates her from our other character in that way anyway. So, Toffee, like I said, is a reindeer satyr. She lives in a town, the town that we'll be playing in, called Lundabreka, and she works at a library, the library that her aunt owns. Her parents unfortunately passed away in an accident when she was very young, like a very, very young child, like 4 or 5 maybe, and so she moved to Lundabreka to live with her aunt. And her aunt, like I said, owns the local library, and so Toffee's grown up being surrounded by books her entire life. She's super into reading. She really enjoys reading fantasy novels, which, how is a fantasy novel fantasy in a fantasy? That would just be nonfiction. Anyway, she's super into reading heroic stories. She loves learning things. She loves, through reading these stories about heroes and stuff, she loves the idea of helping others, and she does the best that she can, working at the library to help others, but she wants to help the community more. She wants to be, a hero herself, but she doesn't really think she can do that because she's more timid, she's a shy girl, she doesn't have a lot of strength to her or anything like that, and she doesn't have any natural arcane abilities, so all of this is really out of the question for her. And so, one day, as she is looking through the old archives of the library, she finds a book. And she, cross-references everything, and this book is not mentioned anywhere within the library's logs of what books they own. And so she decides to take it home with her and to study it and read over it and see what it is. And as she opens the pages, she realizes that this isn't just like your typical old book that you read through. What she has found is a wizard's spell book. It is completely filled with spells, and none of them she can, read or recognize or whatever, because, she's not in tune with the arcane yet. And so she decides to start studying this book, and eventually, she starts learning some of the spells from this spell book. And that's where we're at, sort of story-wise. We're starting at level 1, so she has just learned how to use some of these spells, and after learning some of these, she's like, oh, I can learn magic, and therefore I can help people. So she joins the local adventurers guild, because now she's like, yeah, but now I can help people because I have magic. The interesting thing about this book, though, is that because this book belongs to another wizard, I have decided that she doesn't get to choose her, what kind of wizard subclass she's going to be. Obviously I've chosen it, but in the world of D&D, you'd imagine that a wizard would choose the types of spells that they would learn. But in Toffee's case, she's not choosing because she is just reading somebody else's spellbook. This isn't her own, so she's taking the spells from the spellbook. And so and I thought this would be a really great way of me getting Toffee to be a necromancer, because Toffee does not give the energy of a necromancer. That is not her at all. I think she would probably be something like a transmutation wizard, something like that. Like Caleb from the Mighty Nine. But I was just like, but I want to play a necromancer, because that's my vibe. I don't know if you could tell with the whole vampire and the skulls and the, double tail. I don't really know if you could tell that, but I'm into necromancy. And so I really wanted that for her, and so I thought that this would be the best way to go about that, because what are the chances that I'm probably going to be playing another wizard in my life? I don't know. I enjoy switching up my classes so I can play a variety of different things with the limited amount of time that I have to play D&D in my life. So if I'm going to play a wizard, I'm going to play the subclass that I want to play, and, just make it a part of her backstory, her lore. And I think it'll be very interesting for this to be the subclass for Toffee, because she's such a sweet girl that just wants to help people, and she's putting all of her trust into this wizard that she knows nothing about. She doesn't know who owns this spellbook. She has no idea anything about the person behind the spellbook. She doesn't know if they're a good person. She's just putting her trust into them and expecting them to be a good person. And so I think that'll be very interesting with her realizing slowly over the course of, if this becomes a side campaign, obviously if it's a one-shot, we're not going to find anything else. But, the thought's there. If it turns into a side campaign and we suddenly explore these things, it's going to be very interesting, I think, for Toffee to realize that, oh, these are necromantic spells that she's due, And I think that'll be an interesting thing for her to have to struggle with. Is like, are all necromancers bad? Probably not. Does she feel like the person who owns this book is bad? Does she still trust them? Is she still going to pursue, necromancy? Is she going to continue reading from this wizard spellbook? Like, what's the vibe here? So that's sort of what I'm interested in doing for her story-wise. But I suppose we'll see. Like I said, games tonight, very exciting for it. So we'll see how everything goes on that front. For the illustration in the back here, I decided to do a full-on illustration for Toffee, which is crazy, because I don't know, apparently I love Toffee so much that I'll handcraft her a journal, and I'll do an illustration of her, even though I barely do anything for my main character, Oil. That's a lie, I do a lot for Oil, but I just think it's crazy that I've done, I feel like if you ratioed it out with the amount of time I've spent in my main campaign, and the amount of drawings and stuff I've done with Oil, and the amount of things that I've spent in this one shot, and the amount of things that I've done with Toffee, I think the ratio is that I've done more for Toffee than I have for Oil, which is crazy. But I don't know, I really wanted to do an illustration. I thought that would be cute. I could put it at the front of my journal, so whenever you open it, there's a cute little illustration of her there. And this was also an excuse to play around with my art, because I don't know, I've not been feeling it lately. And when you're not feeling your artwork, you just gotta start studying and trying new things, and you can't just do the same thing over and over again, because if you're not liking it, that means it's not working, so you gotta try something new. And so that's exactly what I did with this piece. I actually was debating on doing the entire line art for this piece, just keeping it sketchy, because I really like the way my sketches look, and then I did that, and you won't see it in this video, but I did it, and I hated it with a burning passion. I was like, this is so ugly. And so I did something that I have not done in years. Okay, probably not since college, or not since I started doing digital art, which is that I printed my sketch out and inked it traditionally with a ballpoint pen. Crazy. It didn't even take me that long. And now I'm just like, man, I should start inking more things traditionally. I really enjoy. I don't know, I've been really getting back into traditional art. I did a sketch the other day for a commission traditionally. It's just, I don't know. I'm really getting back into physical media lately. I don't know what it is. Just handcrafting stuff. All of it. I'm even handcrafting myself some little reindeer antlers right now that I can put on my headphones when I play D&D tonight. So I can be a little more Toffee, So it's just I don't know. I'm going crazy for physical media recently. Maybe it's because we don't own anything digital. You don't own it if it's digital, and that upsets me greatly, so going crazy. But that is pretty much what I have for Toffee's backstory and everything. It's not super in-depth or anything like that, because I think I'll figure out some of it as we go, obviously, within the campaign itself, but I'm not going anything crazy for her. She's only a level 1 character, and yeah, commoners and stuff can have backstories for their lives, but I think she has just a pretty chill backstory of moving to Lundabreka and becoming a librarian. That's pretty much it. She's probably not the most sociable child. She probably didn't grow up with a lot of friends. I think she's friendly enough with the people of the townsfolk, but I don't think she has anyone that's really tight-knit and close with her, And so maybe throughout this campaign, or this one-shot, whatever it is, I'm gonna keep calling it a campaign because I'm manifesting that it's a campaign. So, maybe throughout this one-shot, she'll get closer with the party members, and they'll become, her people, her close friends and stuff, so who knows. But, I think that's pretty much it that I have to talk to you about for Toffee today. I wish I had more for her. You know what? I will cut to me in the future, and I will go over the one-shot. I'll tell you how it went. So, that'll be the end portion of this, the commentary, as you watch the rest of this speed paint. So, I guess I'll see you in a couple of hours, or for you, a couple of seconds. Howdy, howdy. It has sufficiently been an entire day since I have last spoken to you. We ended our one-shot so late at night. It was 4 in the morning, and then we did our debrief, so I didn't even get to bed until 5:30, so I'm really tired right now. And also, it's not a one-shot. It's at least a 2-shot, maybe a 3-shot. Definitely turning into a side campaign, that's all I'm saying. We manifested it. We're here, boys. It was so much fun. I had so much fun being Toffee. Hold on. I'll do her voice for you, so you can do what she... So, I talked like this the entire time. This is what Toffee sounds like, and it was really difficult to hop back into this after being silent for a long period of time. So, I like putting voices on for my characters. I think it's fun. It helps me differentiate the characters from one another. So, but it was a good time, that one shot. Oh, it was so much fun. It was terrifying, okay? Wasn't expecting it to be as scary as it was, but, like, FNAF, imagine FNAF, because that's kind of the vibe. Okay, imagine FNAF, and imagine that singular room from Zero Escape with all of the metal robots. Because that is the vibe of this, like, one-shot. Oh, it was so scary. And also, you know what's so good too? I was talking about Toffee and how she's eventually going to be a necromantic wizard. This entire, like, thing has to do with necromancy. Like, one shot, right? Like, the metal robots have, like, necromantic magic around them, and so I'm like, wow, this is a great start to Toffee's story. So, it's great. I'm having a grand time. Can't wait to play it again next week. Unfortunately, I won't be able to update you for then, because I do have to finish this video at some point. But first session went swimmingly. I think Toffee is getting along with their other party members. Although one of them was, like, kind of absent the whole time, but we're not gonna talk about that. So, but the other two, I think they're getting along with them okay. I think that, like, it was very scary, like I said, and I think that it was scarier because I was playing Toffee. I think Toffee's, like, cowardice and timidness was honestly making me more scared. I think if I was playing my main character in the main campaign, Oil, I wouldn't have been scared, because Oil doesn't care. Oil doesn't give a shit about anything. So they wouldn't have been scared. But Toffee? Oh boy, they were having a rough time, a rough go of it. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. I can't wait to solve the mystery. Hopefully we finish it, like, this part of the story next session. And then, you know, we'll obviously play more, because it's a side campaign and not a one-shot. Well, I think that's all I wanted to update you with. It was a good time all around. So, 'tis your update from me. And I think with that, that's, like, the entire video pretty much finished, you know. Rambled about my D&D character, and you watched me draw some art of her, so what more could you want, you know? I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you could, you know, subscribe and like, that would be, like, so cool of you. Yes, it would. It would be, like, super duper cool of you. Oh my god. Anyway, I hope you have a good day, and I will perhaps catch you in the next one.